One shot, one kill.
Fire when ready.
We're basically pinned down, and we're surrounded by snipers.
Well, it hasn't happened yet. There we
Fucking
go.
going.
Mm.
Going. You know, I usually need like to have the images of the movie, but this movie is so fucking meh that there's not really any images of what happened in the movie.
I think, it really is a testament to mediocrity. But I don't want to really get ahead of ourselves on that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mediosity?
Yeah, that's what I
That
was
sounds
going
like one of
for.
those fucking stupid movies that, like Idiocracy, something like that.
Vince
Sort of a
Vaughn's in it
post.
for sure.
So, like,
Yeah.
what's the general, like, what's the problem with this movie, guys?
Well, okay. Well, before we start talking about this movie, we should tell people what the fuck we're talking about.
They know.
We're pinned down. It's Sniper Ultimate Kill 2017, directed by Claudio Fa, who was the director of Sniper Reloaded, and then written by Chris Haughty, who wrote the previous installment, Ghost Shooter. So we're dealing with Sniper alumnus here, Sniper alumni. And anyway, what's the problem with this movie? I don't know. I think we better kick it over to Adam for a first pass on this, as is our custom. By the way, Adam, James, and James on the call. Welcome back, Adam. We missed you.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sorry I couldn't make the last one.
That's okay, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Where do I start with this movie? Dialogue was fucking horrible. Absolutely fucking horrible. It was so like just shitty and like awkward and like I don't
This is
even know.
fucking crazy.
Hey, what?
Hey.
Like, I mean, I have a few specific examples to like cite, but I'm not going to get
Oh,
into
you
that
do?
quite yet.
Yeah,
Actually, I was kind of hoping you would.
I think the best, my favorite bad dialogue was when they were like hiding out in a little bike shop. What was her name? Estrada. And and Brandon and they're hiding out at that bike shop, and she was like, what is your approach? What are you gonna do? No. It was just like so like just I don't know. It was not didn't have flow to it. I mean, for some parts the movie had some suspense to it, and I don't know, it kept me entertained. But honestly, once we got into the magic bullets, I was just kind of done with it. Not done with it.
What do you
but
mean
it-
magic? There's no magic bullets. What are you talking about?
No, it's DARPA technology, Adam. Yeah, when they start curving around, and it turns into kind of a James Bond thing. Although we had the drones and stuff. Like technology's been creeping very slowly into this series. Like, but you can't imagine Master Gunnery Sergeant Thomas Beckett ever using the magic bullet. Like he would like fuck that. Like the whole show would be about how he doesn't need the magic bullet.
No, why would he need the magic bullet? That's different.
Right.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Chad Michael Collins just has to like navigate. Like he's not really like the big thing with his character is like he's just surviving because Billy Zane and Tom Berenger are around. So like Master Guns Thomas Beckett, he's really like keeping his kid alive because fucking Sergeant Brandon Beckett would have died like 5 times over if it wasn't for the crew itself. So I think he's like more of like in a survival thing, but like you had to know the tech was gonna like improve, like, and even if they didn't have anything to go off of, like that's the only direction I feel like you can take the movie is like, I mean, you've already played the dangerous sniper road a few times, so I'm like, I mean, what are you gonna do next? You gotta say like, okay, there's dangerous guys out there and they have better tech, or at least like experimental tech.
I really got to disagree about the Brendan surviving on his like without like needing the assistance of Zane and Thomas Beckett, Miller and Beckett.
Really?
Because look, think about Ghost Shooter. Like they sent him up to Siberia all by his lonesome, and he was totally fine. And he very rarely now, like not since Sniper Reloaded, has he really been like had his bacon pulled out of the fire. Usually he's a go-getter. Actually, as a matter of fact, they couldn't assist him through most of this movie because he'd gone dark. He went rogue and he's just fucking killing everybody. And they're like, oh my God, we got to rein this guy in. But otherwise, I do agree with the technology thing. And like, what's your new angle? Like, what really are going to do with the Sniper franchise by the 7th movie?
It's weird they didn't go back to that technology angle though in the 8th movie. I don't think they did. It was kind of back to like old, like hide and shoot kind of thing.
I think what happened is it's far more insidious. I think like the movie itself became a video game. Well, like how much more technology riddled can it get? I think it just like completely became sort of a virtual experience. Well, I mean, of course, it's always a virtual experience, but.
So I sent you guys in the group chat the moment for me.
What's the big gun?
Yeah.
That's funny that's the moment for you.
I just cracked up. I was like, what? They didn't have like. It was just like the rifles got better and better, the bad guys got better, the tech got cooler, and then they're like, what are we gonna do now? We're on fucking Sniper Ultimate Kill number 7. Fuck. Let's just give him this fucking the biggest dick. It was so fucking big. It was like a clown rifle. It wasn't even. That's not even a real rifle. That's not even a 50 caliber rifle. They must have made that in the fucking prop shop and just cracked themselves up.
Oh, have you read any of the reviews on IMDb from people who like know anything about sniping or at the very least like long range shooting?
No, I scared myself. Are there people that know about long range shooting that they commentate on this type of thing? Yeah,
they assert that they have knowledge about long range shooting, and like at least 2 people said they turned it off because Beckett put the flashlight on top of his gun, which would have blocked his sight, and they were like, after I saw that, I was done. And and then one guy was super sarcastic, and he was like, you know what, the first thing you need to do if you want to kill bad guys when you're a sniper, twirl your dial randomly. Just start twirling it, then start, and it's just I don't know, everything it gets back to that not trying too hard or not trying hard enough ethic, which we've identified again and again in this series. Getting back to like Sniper 2, like, which is the least try hard of all of them, but anyway, yeah. So maybe the gun's made up. Definitely magic bullets are made up. I feel that that's a made up thing, but I kind of hope it's not.
It was also like a cheesy setup when like Brendan was like, it's almost like the bullet followed you around that tractor. It was like, oh wow, I guess the bullet actually followed her around that tractor. Can't wait to be shocked by that.
Yeah.
That was kind of went off the road for me.
Yeah.
Also, I've never seen fucking Tom Berenger cry so much in a goddamn movie before. What the fuck was this? Why do we have to tap into his sensitive side all of a sudden?
It goes back to my assertion that like it's like a reboot each time. Like these characters aren't the same character. Miller and Beckett, Thomas Beckett are not the characters that we know and love. Like Zane's charming as he always is, regardless of whatever character he's playing. But yeah, like there's nothing like, why are they wearing suits? Why are they all part of the bureaucratic? Why are they part of the administration? Like these guys were
working for the DAA. Like what the hell happened there? And it's like, oh well, I couldn't go fishing.
I was fishing. Yeah, just they gave me a call. I took a job. You're like, what? You couldn't even like run a hunting school, like you'd freak out and almost kill your customers. Like he's not and getting why is he crying all the time? Like he's almost in tears. It's so pathetic. This is the most pathetic portrayal of Thomas Beckett. Like at the end, he's like, give me a call. He's doing that hand wave.
Oh, I know. Head. And then he got nothing in return. It was just like,
yeah. And Brendan's like, I'll give you a call. Yeah. I didn't think of it that way. Maybe that's why he's crying, because he's like, my son hates me.
His mustache, I think, maybe weakened him a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
I like that they made fun of it. They called him Colonel Sanders. I think this supports James's contention that like when the actor shows up, that's what they're stuck with. And it just happened to be that Tom Berenger showed up with that particular facial hair, and like they don't have enough.
Yeah,
to
and
stop.
I mean, like, it's same thing happens with Billy Zane all the time. You have no idea what kind of condition he's going to show up in. He could have a beard. He could have a fucking goddamn like a fucking French villain mustache. He could be fucking bald. He could be 40 pounds overweight. You don't know. You just got to put him in the role that you had planned.
Like, what are you going to do?
And
if
he has
shows
showed up exactly like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, what if they show up and it's just like, and what are you going to do about it? Like, you're not going to fucking replace Billy Zane on Sniper 7.
No, you got a 14-day shooting schedule.
Yeah, and he fucking held all the cards.
Billy Zane showed up for 6 days, and that's what you're getting.
Yeah.
And I also felt like his character.
You put a rifle in his fat fucking hands, and you put him on a roof.
Talking about Billy Zane though, like I kind of feel like all his lines are kind of delivered tongue in cheek the whole time. Like, so maybe that adds to your theory.
It's all ad-lib.
Like, yeah, it's just like, you know what? Fuck it, man. Like,
yeah.
I'm here. Whatever. Pay me.
You got to break the news to you fucking guys. My agent said I didn't have to read the script. Okay?
Yes. So I did.
You guys start talking. I'm going to cut in.
Yeah. The only time I got the sense that he was really ad-libbing is at the end when he's talking to Brendan and he's like, "You okay? You okay? You okay?" You know, like, and he keeps saying it over and over again, and you're just like, that's not in the script. That's absolutely not in the script. And then everything else, like that, it sounds like you couldn't have made. You can't make that stuff up.
Yeah, you can't make up this fucking plot synopsis either. A Canadian drug lord hires a sniper to kill his opponents and therefore gains a lot of power. That gets the DEA alarmed, and they draw out a mission.
No, it did
kill
say
Devil.
I read that same summary.
To kill the sniper and arrest the Don.
I'm sorry, it says Canadian. That's amazing. No, it's totally in Colombia though. Like we can agree on that, right? Like this didn't take place in Canada.
Those were not Canadians.
No.
Also, I'm pretty sure there's no such thing as Canadian drug lords. I mean, I'm actually probably wrong about that. 100% wrong. I'm sure there's some awesome Canadian drug lords, but they're probably like,
they're not drug lords though. That's a different thing. Like they're kingpins. Drug kingpins, maybe I'm willing to go that far.
I like to think that they're smart enough to not try to be drug lords, because like you have to be willing to like. I just don't think the country's really structured to have. Yeah. Canada's not really structured to have drug lords.
Yeah,
like
fortunately,
I guess.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
We till
It's
COVID.
a good thing. Yeah.
I think it's good. I think when paramilitary I just want the state to have a monopoly on violence. I mean, maybe, but I also don't want the state to have a monopoly on violence. But if I have to have someone have a monopoly of violence, I guess maybe, a single actor that at least agrees with democratic principles in principle. But anyway.
The whole other podcast there.
Yeah.
Guys, I'd like to
because I'm saying it out loud and go on.
So in addition to the bad guy having the master rifle, which I think established him as the greatest villain we have ever come across. You guys probably disagree with that, but I'd like to
El Diablo.
also submit his sex scene as part of the package to establish that he was the glory of bad guys, the most difficult villain they've ever faced, a sexual deviant.
You knew right away from that scene that it was a bad guy. You didn't need any other introduction.
No, he chokes hookers, and he's just awesome.
She was into it though. She was into it. That's his girlfriend.
That was his girlfriend. Yeah.
It was weird that
they included a full porno scene out of nowhere.
Yeah,
there's a lot of straight up sexual assault in this movie. Like this isn't. I mean, it's racist, I guess, to the extent that like Colombia is just like a savage land. But that's fine.
I'm pretty sure Colombia is like that.
It's not great. Yeah, it's not great. Don't get me wrong. It's probably got some bad neighborhoods. But in this, it's like what this movie does that none of the other movies does is just embrace, just lean right into sexual assault. Like whenever Estrada is in trouble. You know, like she's in the bar and like guys are just like straight up grabbing her ass. And of course she beats them up. But then later on, that gang gets the drop on her and that like bald guy just starts grabbing her tits. I was like, that's really aggressive. And I don't think you actually see that very much.
Yeah, that was oddly placed in the movie. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene stuck out for me too. And like, the guy with the cross on his face is like undoing his pants. Like, I mean, we've seen that before, but it was just the combination of it all.
Yeah, it's just broad daylight. It's just like we got her in a doorway now. You're like, what? You're in the middle of a street. What the fuck? And of course, you know, then Brandon gets a drop on him. But
yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't talked yet about the opening, which, wow, man, that was a great opening. I had such high hopes for this movie. Like the first 5 minutes in this movie, up to that, you know, the chick getting in the hot tub and classical music in the background and his brain fucking exploding. I was like, this is going to be the greatest sniper movie we've yet seen. And it immediately did not live up to that promise.
Yeah, it took a turn really quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys are so down on this movie.
I gotta echo Adam's sentiment. The dialogue in this is just really fucking awkward. Here's what it came. I just for fun before we started, I ranked the sniper movies because like we've come to our end. We've watched all the sniper movies, and Ultimate Kill came in dead last. I would rather rewatch Sniper Legacy, Sniper 2, The Glories of Sniper 3. Yeah, I was surprised, but I mean, like, it might just be because I just finished rewatching it, but it was just really,
it was bad.
Yeah, it was, but I can't put my finger on why I think it's so bad. It just felt like so generic.
That's exactly it. It was generic. That's one of the comments I had when I was sort of thinking about it. Was like, I kind of feel like at some points I'm just watching a TV show at 9:00 on a Tuesday, like on CTV. Like it's just even like the music at some points and like the camera angles, the cinematography. It was all sort of leading me to like, this is a 1 hour episode of a show that I probably don't want to watch. It just didn't live up to some of the other ones, and like even Sniper 8, so much better.
Okay, Sniper 8 was a high watermark. So you guys did not care for this bad guy. You didn't think he was crafty and cool.
I was not interested in him at all. Like,
no,
I kind of lost interest when they went to the safe house and like, I don't know, I think it was when they went to that like shitty safe house and they were like, Brandon got like shot at it on the roof. After like they were like, oh, flying bullets. I was kind of like, I don't really care what happens to any of these people.
And I didn't think El Diablo was like, he's ugly and he's goofy looking. Like in that final scene, because I'm ashamed to say I've like essentially watched the movie twice. So I got a good look at the fella, and like his face is all like, it's all asymmetrical, and I don't know, like not in a cool way, I guess I should say. I mean, everybody's face is.
Are you saying he has like kind of like a syndrome or something?
No, I'm not going. That is not my. He seems delayed, and I don't like that. I just don't think he's.
I thought it was just kind of a French look. I don't know.
No. And the main gangster, like the gangster boss, Jesus or whatever, that guy was fucking nothing. Like everybody, I think Adam's description, and Ghost Shooter had this problem as well. Like it's a direct-to-video movie that feels like a TV show and goes through the beats of a TV show. And the only thing that really separated this is that they took advantage of the fact that it's direct-to-video, so you can have fucking and brains exploding, which, you know, like if you think about all of our complaints over this past 9 months or whatever, like this is really what we wanted. And now that, you know, like careful what you wish for. You might get it.
Point.
Yeah, and you know, I think that's just it. Is that like I had a few wishes for a rated R movie, and I got the wishes. So
you sure did.
Maybe I'm giving it more than it's giving it a bit more credit than it deserves. But
I also felt like kind of like that dialogue didn't, or the writers didn't appreciate that the audience had like some level of intelligence to them. Like there's a lot of scenes where like the DEA agent
You're
who was
pushing
like,
your luck here too.
well, let me finish here. The DEA agent who was like the mole or whatever, when shit went awry when they were raiding that house early in the movie and it blew up and all that, and he was like, what happened here? What was all this? And it was like, I think it was pretty self-explanatory, asshole. Like the fucking house blew up, there was a sniper, and like 8 people died. Like what else is there? There's no fucking mystery here. And there's a few points in that movie where like a character like him was like, what went on here? And it was like, I don't think the audience needs an explanation. We saw it, like it was pretty clear.
Yeah, it just fills a lot of space. A lot of space filling. At least maybe in Ghost Shooter there was a lot of space filling. Like in there was a needless. I don't think we talked about this, but there was a needless snowmobile race that probably took about 2 minutes.
I'm really excited to this movie. Holy Jesus.
Yeah, and there was.
I can't believe how down you guys are on this. This was twice the movie that the previous movie was.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I had the same experience as you, but I didn't. And that's and that's funny to me. I don't know what to do with that. I don't. Maybe another thing that bugs me about this movie is like it's got a really pointless suicide plot. Like whereas the other movies tried, at least since Reloaded, they've tried to like build a character of Brendan Beckett, and particularly Ghost Shooter, where he finally came into his own. I don't get the impression that he was ever suicidal. Like he doesn't drink all the time. He doesn't shave his head. He's not aggressive or toxically masculine. And I don't understand why he's so worried about suicide. Just because that one guy commits suicide. It's just like a stupid side plot. It's not even a plot, just like a.
Yeah, it went nowhere.
Yeah. That's what
it was. If anything, it was just the sort of opening of the movie where I guess he kind of led him to Colombia, but even still,
but he could have ended up in. He could have ended up in Colombia. Actually, it would have been easier for him to end up in Colombia, because. I see what you're saying. Like it's set up the meeting between him and Zane, but they could have squared that circle pretty easily in any other number of ways.
Phone call.
That's right. You're on a plane. I don't want to do it. Yep. I'll see you soon. There's a car outside your house. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just doesn't feel, and I think this is probably, it's a weakness of the script. It's a weakness of the actor. He can't sell either obsession or inner turmoil. Like he's not able to do those two poles, and so he's just Chad Michael Collins, you know, and he's just saying words.
Jesus.
And I think they just they wanted too much. Their reach exceeded their grasp on this one, because like I think we were supposed to feel something when Thomas Beckett started weeping. And the sad music's on in the background. I think the audience was told in that moment, it was like an applause sign at a live studio theater, or like the clapping and stuff when they tell you to clap. Yeah, it felt like that was happening. So it gets back to that feels like TV thing.
Yeah, you're right. I couldn't get behind that.
Just a weird sort of piece for a sniper movie. Like, know your audience.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from people watching sniper movies? They're gonna cry at fucking Tom Berenger crying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And well, we don't want him to. We don't.
No.
He's not that guy.
You said it. I think one of our first podcasts. He's kind of dad. And it's like, you don't want to see dad cry.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's especially pathetic because he's just like a sad lost dad, and you're like,
yeah, come fishing with me, and like,
yeah,
oh, man.
that's not fun.
No wonder Chad Collins was like, nah, I'm not going fishing.
Yeah, they really kind of like, yeah, I don't. But like again, is that part of the? Does that sort of reflect that Tom Berenger shows up on set, however the fuck he shows up on set? You know, Maybe he
Like
grew a
wearing a suit?
mustache and he was just feeling emo. You know?
I don't think he has that input on the script though. No,
I
'cause
don't.
here's
You
a
know,
quote.
maybe he does, man. He just doesn't give a shit. He's like, you know what? I think Master Guns should feel some emotion about his broken relationship with his son. All the fucking producers and director and shit are like, it's not really like, you know, part of your characterization. And he's just like, you guys have 10 seconds to fucking comply here.
When he shows up with like some binder paper, he's like, I got some ideas, guys.
Yeah, and they just go with it. They're like, oh fuck. Well, I mean,
Well,
that's my best guess.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine, but it seems to me that like, because here's the tears up scene. Here's what he says as he starts to tear up, and I just have I have a difficulty thinking that this came from the mind of Tom Berenger. It's like, how can you be a civilian puke after all those years in the crotch, right? And it's so jargon heavy. It's all about, you know, like only a Marine would really understand this language, and that's like Chris Haughty, up and down. And a lot of the writers of the Sniper franchise as we've come to understand it, like since Reloaded, you know, it's Chuck Dixon language, and I don't, you know, maybe that comes from Berenger, but I don't know. How many years? Yeah, how can you be a civilian puke after all those years in the crotch, though? I mean, that's fair, but that's a great question. But that's what he became. Like, he's wearing a suit. He's not in the field anymore, so like even that doesn't make any sense. This movie. Woo. Yeah.
It's hard for me to defend any further. I mean, it's fair. I thought the sex scene was gonna prop this whole thing up, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you thought it was gonna be like oh shit, the you know, Enemy at the Gates. There we go. Don't know why I blanked on that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. A lot of it seemed pointless. That had a Columbo ending where yeah, which is in keeping with Brendan Beckett, you know, because he's more of a cop than he is a soldier, and he just happens to be like a sniper. Like, he's even working with the DEA for like against drugs and that sort of thing. He's always trying to sort of solve a mystery.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, he's more like a cop.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I guess we should give it our final I don't know, review.
Rating review. Yeah, I'll go first since I fucking liked it a bit. I'm gonna give it a 6. 6 giant comical sniper rifles out of 10.
Right.
Shit.
All right.
I was gonna give it, and I didn't like it. So fuck. If you're giving it a 6 out of 10, I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 10.
Well, it's all relative, right? You gotta make sure everything's proportional. Maybe I'll give it a little 4. You know, the action was all right. I like that the gunplay was good. Whatever it is people on IMDb have to say about the matter. And there was there were attempts at trying to make this emotionally relevant. So I guess you know, that counts for something. But kind of a sad way to end our long project. I was really excited after that opening. I thought we were in for the best sniper. I already said, but I thought we were in for the best sniper movie ever. And instead it just like completely went. And
like, maybe I overhyped it.
That might have. This is actually your fault. We probably would have really enjoyed ourselves. Thanks, James.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Also, the best scenes in this movie were like the bad scenes from a video game. So that's kind of what I walk away with.
Yeah. Jesus. Do we do you guys want to try to like rate the sniper movies? Because I mean, why not, right? Because I think if we end our episode now, it's like a 20-minute episode. I might be wrong about that. I don't know how long we've been talking, but
I can't remember my feelings about all the movies right now.
So many great movies. Well, okay. Well, how about I'll tell you mine, and we'll see if there's any disagreements, or maybe it'll be stupid and I'll end up cutting this. So I gave Sniper 1 the top spot. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fair.
Sniper Assassin's End number 2.
Was that the final movie?
Yeah. That's that's where our journey began.
That's definitely right in there.
All right, and then I went Sniper 3, which I think that was the Mongoose. That was the Mongoose episode, and James hated it. Adam and me liked it because it was trying to do something.
Yeah, I have a hard time, though. Like, I'm going to have a hard time putting another movie in its place, so I'm just going to have to agree with that.
All right. Sniper Reloaded, so the introduction of Brendan Beckett. I don't know.
Was that number 3? Was that Bukim?
No, that's number 2. Number 2 is not going to show up yet. Actually, pretty soon, though. I was surprised. After Sniper Reloaded, Sniper 2. Yeah, I was like, what? I want to go back to that movie.
I have a hard time with that. I don't know. I feel like the ultimate kill should be coming in right around now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's dead last. Sniper 2.
Come on.
Yeah, man. Ghost Shooter Legacy. I was just thinking about what do I want to rewatch? That's always my my
There's
barometer.
no way you want to watch fucking Ghost Shooter again.
I don't want to rewatch any of these movies. Let's be clear. But if I had to, I was like, what could I tolerate? This is a measurement of my tolerance. Yeah, man, Ghost Shooter. That's a great movie.
Wow.
Anyway, that's where I come down, and I don't know. I'm not hearing a lot of. Well, obviously you think Sniper Ultimate Kill should be higher, but that's fair. Everybody.
A little bit, at least one slot higher. But I mean, like I wouldn't stake my life on it. So
what? Okay, so
this
what's
ranking system is in agreement with Adam then.
Well, Adam, what's the weakest?
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
I gotta look at the fucking lineup here quick.
Oh.
What's the worst one?
Yeah, and just like right off the bat, what's
Sniper 2?
What's the worst?
Sniper 2, 100%.
Sniper 2 is the worst.
With Buki?
Terrible. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Speak fucking language. On the stupid streetcar or whatever. No.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
I think I gave that points for its daringness, though. I was like I would rewatch that just to see it, like, just so brazen. I'd rewatch it just for that scene and like really like look at it and think about, he's just speaking gibberish to that person. That's so rude. Yeah. I don't know that I respect that choice. It makes sense to me.
I thought Ghost Shooter was pretty good.
Oh, did you actually end up watching Ghost Shooter?
Ghost Shooter.
Oh, sorry. Not Ghost Shooter. Is it Legacy?
Don't talk about Legacy either.
Legacy, yeah.
Those two are fucking bull circlers. Those are terrible.
Well, they're at the end. They're 6 and 7. Like I don't rank them high.
I think Adam's right. I think I gotta say that fucking Buki movie was fucking terrible. Like that almost transcended into a comedy. Yeah.
And that's if I remember correctly, like that was more or less why you were the biggest booster of that. You were and I think
that one.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. It's because I love that kind of shit. But I'm just saying, like, from a technical standpoint, that's not supposed to happen.
No. That's not even. Yeah, that's low. That's really low even for that's a low in the franchise for sure. So I respect anyone who thinks that Sniper 2 is the worst of the worst. It totally makes sense.
I would be happy with that trade to put the ultimate kill second last. The sex scene alone at least knocks it up a notch.
Yeah. No, that's fair. And that opening scene, Yeah, all right. I can be persuaded. I got no problem with that.
Adam's so mad about those magic bullets, though.
Yeah. Kind of killed
Well,
it for me.
it's still coming in second last, so it's not like we're giving it like a high estimation.
True.
Yeah, we're just all right. Well, so that's the end of our journey. I think it took us 9 months because we took 2 little breaks in there. We recording more or less on a monthly basis, so like that's a long time to spend with Sniper. I don't ever like. I'm glad we don't ever have to go back.
You know, it's like a couple of these were on TV, I'd watch, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, just for like nostalgia's sake, just
like Sniper 1.
Yeah.
Anytime it's on TV, I'll watch it 'cause it's just.
Oh yeah, well, it's the best one.
Yeah, Sniper 1 was good enough to build a franchise around. And then
9 years later too. Like,
whatever
They're
came
just, like,
after
we're
that.
chill.
I mean,
I think I want to rewatch Assassin's End though. Like it's been 9 months. We've gone through the whole. I don't want to do it with you guys. I think there's no water in that well. But it would be it would just be interesting to see like where I really feel about it now, having like surveyed the landscape.
It's a good point. Yeah.
I bet it'll be much the same. Yeah, I bet it will.
Yeah, probably be the same.
It's
it's
a
still
far superior
solid.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun movie. So yeah, what are we gonna next time? Next time on Pinned Down, we were gonna do a different sort of sniper movie. I don't even know if there's actually any sniping in it, but there is, because we're gonna do JFK. And we're gonna go back to the Oliver Stone well. Get into some just to broaden our horizons here on what sniping can be about. I don't hear any disagreements.
No disagreements at all. Yeah.
No.
I've actually never seen that movie before, so I'm really excited.
Oh yeah, me neither. Although it's long. This might fall on the rocks of Bridge over River Kwai, where the movie is just too long to be taken in. But
wait a sec, how long is this movie?
It's like 2.5 hours, so you better get started.
Is that it? I thought it was longer. I remember my grandma.
Oh my goodness.
Double VHS.
Yeah, that you can still get that. That's like watching Casino or something like that, right? Like was Casino 3 hours long? Titanic came in 2 discs or two cassettes, if I remember.
That's right.
Yeah.
This will be fun.
3 hours long. Oh, one sniper shot?
Yeah, well, I don't even know if there's a sniper shot. I don't know if they actually depict the assassination of JFK. But we know how it happened, and we're gonna and it carries on with the theme of Magic Bullet, so it's perfect.
Whether or not the whole thing is just Kevin Costner just overacting. Ugh.
Well, don't look down on it.
I mean, look where we're coming from, though. Sniper.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have a great time. This is gonna be like rolling like a pig in shit. You're gonna be like, wow, I didn't know movies could be good.
Yeah, that's probably true.
This is amazing.
You're just gonna have to watch it in 4 parts, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, get started. I mean, same thing with audience members, because I assume our audience also has a life. Probably not though. I mean, otherwise they wouldn't be listening to us. Maybe that's not fair.
Well, that's
we
not
love
fair,
you.
Yeah.
We love you.
Anybody listening to this is commuting for sure.
It's commuting to their job for sure. All right. Well, on that note, I mean, stay safe on your daily commute. Thanks for joining us on our really important journey, and we're gonna see you next month. Signing off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's always fun to get behind the guns and send some rounds down range.